throughout the length and breadth of the 27 books of the New Testament, there is not a single statement made by Jesus Christ that I was dead and I have come back from the dead. We have been beating. Jesus Christ never uttered that word that I have come back from the dead in the 27 books of the New Testament, not once. He was there with them for 40 days and he never uttered that statement.
I'm not sure that I heard myself. You said nowhere in the 27 books of the New Testament did Jesus ever say he was dead and alive. May I read to you from the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 18. He said, I am the living one. I was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore.
So now what is this video? As I said, this video is, finally Zakir Naek has replied why he does not debate with David Wood. So before we get into the video, I just want to make a quick comment on the thumbnail they have made. Now look at the thumbnail. It's quite funny. Okay, the thumbnail. You see Dr. Zakir Naek appears to be very confident. I don't know what he is holding because the image is not clear. He's holding some Quran or Bible. I don't know. He appears to be very confident. And you see a bold text in the middle. It says David Wood does not have the caliber to debate Dr. Zakir Naek. Now we are not going to defend David Wood, as I said, but we will definitely going to look at whether David Wood kind of people have caliber or not. And what are the reasons Dr. Zakir Naek gives. Though the interesting part is these guys should have chosen some good image of David Wood. Look at the image of David Wood they have chosen. What is displayed on the screen says a lot. Now just look at the face of Zakir Naek. Look at the text and look at the look David Wood gives. It's like, really? Do you think I don't have caliber? Tell me again. That's what I can see from the image. So they've chosen a wrong picture, and I'm sure along with the wrong picture they have made some funny claims in the video also. So let's get started. I'm going to play the video. If you hear Dr. Zakir Naek's voice, please comment yes. If you don't hear it, please let me know. I'll try to fix it, and this is the third time. I'm not going to attempt it again. Chalo, let's try.
The fourth question is from Sheikh Ahmad. Sir, please debate.
Okay, so
David
it seems
Woods.
that Dr. Zakir Naek here is responding to some of the comments, and finally after so many years, like as far as I know David Wood from I think 2015 when I started my apologetics journey I started my apologetics journey long ago, I think in 2011 and 12, but in a systematic way I started in 2015. So I started watching David Wood from I think 2014 and 2015, and since then many people were challenging David Wood and many people were challenging Zakir Naek. David Wood was quick in responding, and he made an outright challenge. He called out Zakir Naek, and many other Christian apologists called out Zakir Naek. But on the other hand, it took, according to me, okay, I maybe probably the fight is there from many years, but as far as I know, from last 5 years, after 5 years maybe, Dr. Zakir Naek heard the pleas of his followers, and he's reading out the comment of one of the followers that why don't you debate David Woods? Okay, Woods. All right, I don't know Woods, but probably he's talking about David Wood. How did I recognize? Just because the picture. If there was no picture of David Wood, I would have thought that Zakir Naek was referring to some words. I don't know, some words. All right, let's hear.
Or say something to him as he says lot of rubbish things.
So his follower says, Zakir Naek Saab, please say something to David Wood, because he says a lot of rubbish things about you and other Islamic scholars. Okay, I get that. Okay, whether it is rubbish or something or whatever it is, we'll see. Okay, let's go.
This person, Sohag Ahmad and few other Muslim brothers have been continuously asking this question that, oh, why Dr. Zakir Naek not debating with David Wood, and they keep on asking this question several times, and I didn't think it was important, but now finally I've taken the question to give them the reason.
Okay, so finally Dr. Zakir Naek has decided to give an answer to all the people why he does not debate David Wood. So David, wherever you are, you're going to get the response from the great man, Zakir Naek. This reason may blow you up, David. You might fall on your face. You might shiver. Why you did not get the opportunity to debate with the great Zakir Naek? Let's hear from Zakir Naek. Okay, yes, Dr. Naek.
That anyone that challenges a person, it's not required that
okay, so Zakir Naek says that it's not required that if anybody challenges you, that you should accept the challenge. I completely agree with Zakir Naek. Absolutely. Because every now and then, in my live chat and in my comment section, in my YouTube channel and Facebook page and YouTube channel comment section, many Papa Bhaks, now people who do not know what Papa Bhaks means, these Papa Bhaks how do I translate that in Hindi? These are blind followers of prosperity preacher who I call Papa Bhaks. So yes, of course, Zakir Naek is right that we should not be accepting any challenge, but is that the only reason for not debating David Wood? Okay. आगे सुनते हैं, let's hear.
As far as you realize, there are many non-Muslims who are becoming famous just by trying to criticize a popular person. Generally, it's a general rule, whether Muslim or non-Muslim, if you criticize a popular personality or a celebrity, that person becomes famous.
It's a common thing. Yes, guys, this is common thing. And what Zakir Naek says, I completely agree with him now. Whenever any celebrity says something and if we react to that, we get the fame. People come to our channel and they watch us.
It's nothing new. So because of that, David Wood is one of the Christians who has spoken against me and spoken against some of the other Muslim scholars and tries to challenge them. Why I have not accepted the challenge. The reason is...
okay, now we are coming to the point. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
We should not give publicity
to such people. Wait a minute. Let me process this. Okay, so if Dr. Zakir Naek accepts the debate challenge of David Wood, it gives him the publicity. Let me feed myself first. Okay. So he doesn't want to give publicity to David Wood, but he chose to give publicity to Pastor Ruknuddin. Who is Pastor Ruknuddin? How many of you know Pastor Ruknuddin? Okay, let me show Pastor Ruknuddin. We'll go to the YouTube channel. I'll put it there on screen for you. Why can't I see the search option? Is it hidden for me? Oh, looks like some devil is trying to stop me from responding. Devil, don't mess with me. I'll put anointing oil on you. Especially, I've taken it from Bajinder Singh. Zakir Naek versus Ruknuddin. Okay, yeah. Okay, look at this. Okay, so Dr. Zakir Naek does not want to give publicity to people like David Wood, but he is okay to give publicity to a pastor who does not have any experience in debates. Okay, some beautiful Islamic ad is there. Okay, let me skip that.
Down the ages past.
Yeah.
Just welcome. Because my purpose is here not that you memorize which part and all that. Just my purpose is that you understand the message behind it.
Okay, to Dr. Zakir Naek, according to you, you did not accept the challenge of David Wood because it would give him publicity. He was not famous. In which planet of this universe were you living when you thought to debate Pastor Ruknuddin? All respect to Pastor Ruknuddin, nothing against him, but I'm asking, in what were you smoking? My brain cannot process this. Fine. Not only this, you would have seen Dr. Zakir Naek going back and forth with a college professor. Let me play that video for you. Okay, I've kept everything. I did not keep everything ready, but I can show you. Zakir Naek refutes college professor. Yeah, look at this.
I've seen the Father. See, there are statements, and there is in the Bible clearly stated that Jesus is God. Now, that is what
so
we
for
believe.
15 minutes, more than 15 minutes, Dr. Zakir Naek is okay to get these people on the camera who are just mere common people who do not know anything about debate and apologetics, and he wants to give them the fame, and he would argue for 10, 12 minutes, 15 minutes with random audiences when he gives speech, and he does not want to debate a professional debater, apologist, David Wood, who is already established in the Christian community. And in last 5 years, I have seen the reach of David Wood. Let me give you something here. Okay, let me give you something here. There's a Telegram group of some Hindutva outfit who call them as Dharmarakshaks. Sorry for the mispronunciation, which was intentional. So these Dharmarakshaks who run this no conversion group, they use the video of David Wood for refuting Islam. So David is quite famous, not only in the Western world, but also in India and other parts of the country. So is that the only reason, Zakir Naek, you did not accept the challenge of David Wood? And if that is the reason, let's hear. He must have said something else, so I should not quote him out of context.
That is the reason I didn't want to answer this question. Then I thought of answering the question without taking the name of David Woods. If you go to David Wood's YouTube, you find that he has spoken against me.
Look at his smile, so cute. He says that you go to his YouTube channel, he has spoken against me. You feel happy, right? We feel happy too to see you in David Wood's channel.
And those videos that made against me gets views more than 1 million.
Why? I'll tell you why. So Dr. Zakir Naek says if you go to David Wood's channel, you see he has spoken against Zakir Naek, and those videos get million views because there are millions of people waiting to see you get intellectually smacked from professional debaters and apologists. Therefore, they watch those videos. You see what people love? This should send you a strong message, Dr. Naek, that people love to see you get smacked intellectually. People like to see you get exposed for your lies. There's not a single video, in my opinion, of yours has gone irrefuted. Many people have refuted you. I'll come back to the challenges, which was, the challenge that was given by Indian Apologetics Group. I'll come to that later. But let's stick to his response towards Zakir Naek. Okay. Response to David Wood.
So we're giving him free publicity. There was a time when I was involved in the Dawah in my initial stages in the early 90s, and the internet was new. In the mid-90s, the internet was new, and when I went to America in the mid-90s, one of the first sites that was against Muslims was Answering Islam.
Let me clarify, the website Answering Islam is not against Muslims. It is a website full of resources where you get to see the reality of Islam.
The person who used to run the site was Joshin Katz.
I have not heard about this name. Probably he's true here, but I don't know whether Joshua Tats or something he said, right?
We were new in the field of dawah, and when anyone wrote against Islam, I used to go out of the way and reply to them. Anyone wrote against me, I used to reply to them. And then I realized the moment we reply to them, we have another 10 questions.
Therefore you stopped replying, Zakir Naek. That's what debate is all about. You cannot just go around and lecture people and not have your worldview or your claims challenged by the people listening to you. When you are proclaiming yourself or professing yourself or promoting yourself as a dawah preacher or as an apologist or as a scholar, you should be able to respond to the counter questions. Or tomorrow I can make a bogus claim about you saying that Zakir Naek is not a man but some other alien. Would people not counter question me? If I'm not able to defend my claim, then I can be called as a lunatic. So what are you referring to? Are you referring yourself as a scholar or someone else? Because if you make a claim, you should be able to defend yourself, right? But you realize that defending, you realize that it's not great to talk to people because they counter question. And then those counter questions are actually exposing you, isn't it?
So what we realized that my positive work is being stopped.
Okay. Dr. Zakir Naek's positive work gets stopped when he responds to the critics. Okay.
If really that question is a logical question.
Wait. Did he say logical? Did he say logic? Oh my goodness, I'm losing my mind. How can Dr. Zakir Naek talk about logic when all his videos are totally illogical? You just go to my YouTube channel, check out his videos. You laugh hearing his so-called logic. But anyways, if I keep on commenting on every statement, the live stream is going to be big. So let me play the video.
Question that deserves a reply should be replied. But these frivolous
argument, just like where did Jesus say I am God or where he says worship me? According to Zakir Naek, this is a very strong argument. And what is frivolous argument? Frivolous argument is asking, why can't Allah have a son? And that question is frivolous for Dr. Zakir Naek. And the intellectual question, look at the intellectual stand of Zakir Naek. What is the strong logical argument against Christianity? Ask people, where did Jesus say, I am God, worship me? In my video, I have asked, show me where did Allah say, I am God or worship me? Some people would go to Surah Taha and quote me, see, in Surah Taha, Allah says that I am God, worship me. I say, hold on. What is your argument? Your argument is explicit statement by Jesus where he himself says, I am God, worship me. I ask the same thing. Where did Allah himself speak and say or tell Muhammad that I am Allah, worship me? As far as I know, Allah gives his revelation to Gabriel. Gabriel brings the revelation, gives it to Muhammad in a very different format. He just falls on the floor, becomes red, froths come out from his mouth, and then he hears a loud disturbing ring bells in his ears, and then he delivers the message. How does that equate from Allah claiming to be God by himself? Doesn't make any sense, right? And that's the logical argument by Zakir Naek. Whoa.
At that time, when I was new, I told Joshin Katz that, okay, do you want to debate with me?
Confidence that they got.
He said, do you think I'm a fool to debate with Dr. Zakir?
Look at the confidence. I do not know who that guy is. Probably I'm not that great into apologetics world. but I do not know which person he spoke to. But looking at the records of Zakir Naik, all that we can see here, is he asks those people who actually do not have caliber to debate in any setup. Forget about Islam. They might not be able to defend basic fundamentals of Christianity with another Christian also. So Dr. Zakir Naik goes and asks, or that person, did he say that? Let me play it back. What did he say? Maybe I missed it.
Or a question that deserves a reply should be replied. But these frivolous arguments, at that time when I was new, I told Josh and Katz,
okay, so when he was new, he said, do you want to debate with me? What was that guy was? I mean, who was that guy? Was he famous at that point of time? Was he a known preacher? Was he a big apologist in the Christian world, like Josh McDowell or someone else? No. So Zakir Naik is okay to ask those people for debate, but he would not debate David Wood because he does not want to give him publicity. वाह गुरु, सही जा रहे हो? Going good?
You are writing against Islam. He said, do you think I am a fool to debate for Dr. Zakir Naik? That was his reply.
I am feeling sorry for that guy. He says, do you think I'm a fool to debate Dr. Zakir Naik? Even if he said so, he's actually talking about what we read in Proverbs chapter 26. I'm so sorry if I'm misquoting, but the verse says, do not answer a fool according to his folly. Probably he was sticking to that verse and he chose to ignore you because he knew that the person standing in front of me is a fool. And the Bible says, do not answer a fool according to his folly, lest he will drag you down to his level and beat you with his foolishness. But Bible also says, answer a fool according to his folly. So that's why people like David Wood and some other names he's going to quote have challenged you. But did you have courage? No! You kept hiding, you kept running, and now that you are in a quarantined zone or probably in a very safe area where nobody is going to question you, you can just come on the screen and give some weird and useless reasons for not debating David Wood. And so far I played like 3 minutes almost, and you have not given any convincing reason for not debating David Wood. Probably he'll talk about it in the remaining part of the video, 9 minutes more. So let's see.
Stages of my dawah in the late 90s, in the early 2000s, I had many debates.
Many debates. With who? With who? With who? Who? The nation wants to know, with who did you have those debates? Only with pastors. Tell me the name of one Christian apologist you debated. One debater. Just one name, please. Just one name. Give me one name. Give me one name. एक आदमी से तुमने डिबेट किया होगा.
And then I realized that debating is not the best. It should be done when required.
You realized it because when you were new and when you were doing dawah, people did not take you seriously. But when you started becoming famous and when you started influencing people, when your speeches started affecting the lay Christians, then the debater stepped up. You know, I'll tell you one thing. When you were a young guy, Mr. Naik, Dr. Naik, with all respect, when you were a young guy, probably the top-class Christian apologists did not think of giving you the publicity that you're talking about now. But once you rose to the position of influencing many, misleading many, these Christian apologists, they thought this is the time to challenge this guy and answer all his argument. But what did you do? The realization came to you that your positive work was getting buried somewhere, and you realized that people are going to counter question, and you realized that it's not okay to debate all the time. Smart move.
But better is to talk about, give lectures on similarities between some,
which is refuted already. If people, if you have not seen, okay, I think the internet is bad here. I think if people, you have not seen the response to Zakir Naik, which we have made, you can go to our channel, you can type Glory Apologetics Islam, type it and you get this playlist. Do you see this playlist on your screen? I think the internet is a bit slow. If not, that's okay. You can click this playlist and you can see I have made a response to Dr. Zakir Naek's arguments. Okay, you see this playlist? You see this playlist? The similarities between Christianity and Islam. I have answered all the questions of Zakir Naek, and still his followers don't see this. Okay, so let me show you the video. Okay, let me go slow. It's there on the screen probably. Yeah, look at this. Islam or Isayat mein yaksaniyat, similarities between Christianity and Islam, refuted part 1 and refuted part 3 is here, refuted part 2 is here, and then I've made small videos. Did Jesus say I am God? Why did Jesus not say I am God? Father is greater than I. Was Muhammad sent for all the generation? Is the name of Muhammad mentioned in the Bible? Was Jesus sent only for Israel? Acts 2:22. Why Quran has 1,24,000 prophets without any evidence? Has the Bible been corrupted? If Jesus is God, hear more from Zakir Naek.
Between Islam and Hinduism, but when required, yes. And one of the best debaters in the world, you know, was Sheikh Ahmad Deedat.
Ah, Sheikh Ahmad Deedat, okay.
But then we realized that there were people who started challenging. And one such person was from USA again. I'll tell you his name.
Oh,
Sam
he
Shamoon.
spoke about Sam Shamoon. Sam! Zakir Naek knows about you. Happy news. So let's hear about Sam Shamoon also. So he does not debate David Wood because he does not want to give publicity. Let's hear about Sam Shamoon. Now look at the courage of Sam here. Sam Shamoon.
Sam Shamoon. And when I went to Chicago, I met him. He said, oh, I want to debate with you. I said,
so look at the courage of Sam Shamoon. He went face to face to Zakir Naek and he said, I want to debate with you. What did Zakir Naek do? Send your guru. What did Zakir Naek do? Send your guru. What did Zakir Naek do? Send your guru.
I am the one, the way your son don't need.
When the person is coming and asking you for a debate, you ask him to send his guru. But the person who does not want to debate you, you ask him, you want to debate me? I'm ready. Pastor Rukunuddin and your Chela Shuaib Sayyed, he picks up Dr. Charles Lakra out of nowhere. In the video, he clearly claims that I was invited just for a lecture and here I'm debating. Takiya. Very sad. Okay, so here when he was challenged by Sam Shamoon, Dr. Zakir Naek asked him to send his guru. So who is the guru of Sam Shamoon? Kaun hai?
And then I had a debate with his guru.
Oh
Dr. William.
man, so he thinks that the guru of Sam Shamoon is William Campbell. Sam Shamoon is going to fry you bad in one of his live videos coming soon, probably, if he hears this. I don't think so. Sam Shamoon's guru is William Campbell. I never heard any claims from Sam or any of the Christian apologists that they have a guru or some okay, by the way, where did he get that guru ka concept? Because he got all his arguments from his guru, Sheikh Ahmad Deedat, the copy paste of Sheikh Ahmad Deedat. Sheikh Ahmad Deedat is an old version and Zakir Naek was a new photocopy of him, but sadly Zakir Naek could not process the photocopy because by the time the social media became active and many people refuted Zakir Naek and his arguments became rotten and old and it does not make any sense anymore. So he debates with William Campbell. Then what?
And when I accepted this debate, I was called by the students of USA that Dr. William Campbell wrote a book, Quran and Bible in the Light of Science, and he took out about 30 scientific errors in the Quran. And for 8 years, no Muslim replied. So this book was doing a great damage for the dawah of the Muslims. And no one replied, so I took up the challenge. I read the book and I went and debated with, and alhamdulillah, In Chicago, there were two groups among the Muslims. One group was against the debate. What is this? No one replied. And now the Zakir, who is this young man coming from India, how will he reply? So half the Muslims were against the debate and half the Muslims were for. Alhamdulillah, the debate took place in Chicago and Allah's help was there. Allah's mercy was there, and it was a very successful debate.
Very successful debate. Okay, how successful was that debate? Let me show you how successful it is. Now here you see, we go to Sakshi Apologetics, William Campbell versus Zakir Naek, Sakshi Apologetics. If you open, now this is one of the Christian brother from India who also challenged Zakir Naek, but Zakir Naek did not accept the challenge. Why? He will give the reason in few minutes. So if you go to the YouTube channel, you go to the YouTube channel of Sakshi Apologetics, you see a complete dismantling of Zakir Naek's argument. You see the part 1 itself is 2 hours 24 minutes. Brother Jerry Thomas chopped all the arguments. The so-called winning debate of Zakir Naek's career was chopped and ended piece by piece by Brother Jerry Thomas in the video. The video itself is 7 years ago. You look at the video was uploaded 7 years ago, which means it was in 2013. Today is 2000, we are in 2020, right? So 2012 or 13. And Zakir Naek thinks that was his landmark debate. Well, it was refuted long ago. Sadly, many of his followers do not want to watch the refutation because they do not want their master to get exposed, right? So look at this video, part 1 and part 2. You can go to Sakshi Apologetics and you can search for those videos, and you can go to Glory Apologetics channel also, where you can see the Hindi translation of Brother Jerry Thomas's response to Zakir Naek. So Zakir Naek is a big fat liar, and he keeps lying and keeps bragging about his the most worst debates of his career, debating a author. An author is not a debater, Naek. Please understand. You could have picked up Sam Shamoon or somebody else from the audience or the Christian fraternity to challenge them. Debating an author is like Undertaker challenging Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar challenging Undertaker for a cricket match. What would happen? Sachin Tendulkar is challenging Undertaker and he says, come to the pitch. I'll hit century. You can't even stand 10 deliveries. Is there a fair competition between them? Or Undertaker calls out Sachin Tendulkar and says, Sachin Tendulkar, you come. I'll put you in the ring and let's fight for WrestleMania. Let's fight for the World Wrestling Championship, WWE Championship. Does that make any sense? Zakir Naek, you claim to be a polemist. You claim to be an apologist. You should be picking up the right opponent, not the authors, not the pastors, not the church leaders. Debaters, apologists, pick them up. Have courage. Let's hear more from him.
After that, Alhamdulillah, William Campbell, who got a doctorate in writing a book against Islam, mashallah.
He did not lose his popularity. His popularity is still there. People still refer to his books. People have seen your lies getting exposed thanks to that debate, because of which Sakshi had to upload the refutation. And people who live in the world of denial, like Zakir Naek and his followers, will always claim that debate to be the victorious ones. If I may show you something more interesting, just give me a moment. If I go to the comment section of Zakir Naek, I'll get to see something. Once again, I'll show you the comment section of Zakir Naek. Can you see the comment section of Zakir Naek? Oh man, I can't see. Sorry. You can see it on the screen? Yeah, you can see. One image, I liked it. If I can scroll down and show it to you, previous comments. Look at this. People are laughing on Zakir Naek in the comments for his claim. So Zakir Naek is that ostrich and his followers are that ostrich who would bury the head in the sand and say that we are victorious. Look at this. People have actually posted all the videos of David Wood. in the live chat section, telling that he's been exposed, and I'm trying to find some interesting image which is not visible here. But anyways, I'll keep it aside because we are running short of time. So let's continue with the video.
Later on, then I made a policy that.
So for debating now, Dr. Zakir Naek has a gatekeeper, a policy.
My videos started becoming popular. Then I had a rule: I will only debate with those people who are popular. Then we realized that those people who are not popular started challenging to become popular. And I'll give you a very good example. You know, Sheikh Ahmad
I said
Deedat,
already that he debated Pastor Rukunuddin and few other college professors and audiences. According to Dr. Zakir Naek's logic, they are already famous. Wow. You can fool your audience, not us.
Jimmy Swaggart. And Jimmy Swaggart that time was one of the most popular televangelists. He was multiple times more popular than Sheikh Ahmad Deedat. Many people told him, don't go, he will chew you and spit you. But Alhamdulillah, Sheikh Ahmad Deedat had the help of Allah and he gave a knockout to Jimmy Swaggart.
Who was he? A tele-evangelist. Say it again. Who was he? A tele-evangelist. Say it again. Who was he? A tele-evangelist. We are asking you to debate with apologists, not with tele-evangelists. Anybody can challenge you, but why don't you pick up the right opponent? Because you know, खत्म हो जाएगा कहानी, फैलना बंद हो जाएगा अंधेरा.
We have another example. He debated with Anis Sorosh. Anis Sorosh wasn't known at all. But when Anis Sorosh debated with Sheikh Ahmad Deedat, Alhamdulillah, won him lock, stock and barrel. But Anis Sorosh
okay, so what?
Popular.
So what? You got the opportunity to expose Christians, right? So, if you're following the footsteps of your guru, Sheikh Ahmad Deedat, by copying all his arguments shamelessly, your guru, Ahmad Deedat, was much better and more courageous than you. Have you seen the debate between Sheikh Ahmad Deedat and Josh McDowell? Did you see that? Okay, did you see that? Okay, let me help you. Let me help you with that, Dr. Naek. You will not tell those things to your people. I'll show you that clip. Josh McDowell versus Ahmad Deedat. You talk about it. You see how your Sheikh Ahmad Deedat's career gets ended. Look at this. Hear this out.
Throughout the length and breadth of the 27 books of the New Testament, there is not a single statement made by Jesus Christ that I was dead and I have come back from the dead. We have been beating. Jesus Christ never uttered that word that I have come back from the dead. In the 27 books of the New Testament, not once. He was there with them for 40 days and he never uttered that statement.
I'm not sure that I heard myself. You said nowhere in the 27 books of the New Testament did Jesus ever say he was dead and alive. May I read to you from the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 18. He said, I am the living one. I was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
May I read to you from the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 18? He said, I am the living one. I was dead, and behold, I am alive forevermore.
No! God, please, no! No! No!
Music time. Fantastic, isn't it? So that was the worst, worst, what you call, attempt by Sheikh Ahmad Deedat, who thought that he can just eat up the real Christian debaters. That was his mistake. And Zakir Naek, being very smart, knows what happened to his Sheikh Deedat, his guru. Why would he take chance? Why would he take any kind of risk by accepting the challenge of David Wood? Can you just replicate what you saw on the screen right now? What you just saw on the screen would be more disastrous and more brutal if Zakir Naek chooses to debate with David Wood or Sam Shamoon or brother Jerry Thomas from India, who challenged me. Well, if you think I am not capable to challenge Zakir Naek, if I'm not big, well, it's okay. But you can pick up some big names like Zakir Naek. Probably you can take up Sam Shamoon, David Wood. You can take Apostate Prophet. He has a good following, like worldwide. But you won't take it. Why? You've seen your guru getting smacked in this video. And you're smart for this move.
So what we realize that when you debate with someone who's popular and an unpopular person debates with a popular person, the unpopular person becomes famous overnight. So why should we make the unpopular Christian?
Right, exactly. So you should not give opportunity to the unpopular guys. But David Wood, Sam Shamoon are not unpopular. They are the well-known Christian names in the world when it comes to Islamic apologetics. If you refute, or if you can just smash Sam Shamoon and David Wood in the debate, do you know the kind of impact you would make, Dr. Naek, on the Christian kingdom? You have no clue. If you're able to successfully, refute and expose and completely bust the claims of David Wood and Sam Shamoon, many Christians might start believing in you, because Christianity has a lot of blind faith followers. Right? So I agree with your point that you should not pick up any random person and give them publicity. I'm completely with you. That's the reason I don't pick up any random guy commenting and challenging me for a debate. But if somebody's as strong as you, or not as strong as you, he's better than you. He has good following on YouTube, and when he goes live, thousands and lakhs of people watch him. Millions of people follow his videos. So it's a good opportunity for you to gain trust in the Christian world by exposing and defeating David Wood and Sam Shamoon once for all. But you won't do it because you've already seen what happened to your guru Ahmad Deedat. So we are through with the video, and we have left 6 minutes, so I'm going to fast forward it because we are already 50 minutes live on this page. Let's continue.
So then I had a policy that anyone who wants to debate with me should minimum have at least 2% of the audience that I have in my largest gathering. And earlier I said that anyone who can gather 10,000 people individually for a lecture, I will debate. After that, there was a middle person who requested to debate.
Okay, so he's going to talk about Sri Sri Ravi Shankar. I'm not interested what he did with Ravi Shankar. Sri Sri Ravi Shankar ke saath, whatever he did, I'm not at all bothered to talk about it because that's a different worldview. I'm talking about Zakir Naek's hypocrisy here. And he spoke about like 2% of audience, 10,000 audience. Let me tell you one thing. I stay in Mumbai, and one of the biggest meetings happened like couple of miles away from my house. I was a very small boy at that point of time, not into apologetics, did not start anything, did not know my faith well. What I know personally, I can attest to this, is that 95% of his attendees would not understand English. They would just gather because some Islamic preacher, popular Islamic preacher, is preaching. It's just like in Christian community when Dinakaran and kind of prosperity preachers come. Lakhs of people go with no clue. Oh, he's speaking something about Jesus, so I have to go. So it's like he's talking about Islam, so let me go and attend the program. So was the crowd for Zakir Naek, and he's expecting 10,000 crowd from a Christian. Well, how about 2,20,000 subscribers I have on my channel, more than 2-3 lakh subscribers on David Wood's channels and Apostate Prophet. Many people have digitally. You can. When you have 10,000 people, you're restricting to one particular geography, one region. But when you go live, Dr. Zakir Naek, millions and millions of people can see you defeating David Wood. Do that once. I issued the same challenge to one of the Hindutva outfit in India, Rahul Arya, to debate me on Skype. He didn't, because he knows that his followers would stop listening to him after he gets exposed. And that's the fear you have, Dr. Naek.
And you know, Shri Ravi Shankar is one of the most famous
and that's why you chose him
preachers in the world. One of the most. It comes the number 1, 2,
but he's not the authority on Hinduism.
And he has a large following. He has addressed audience of 20,000, 50,000, alhamdulillah.
Here also, Dr. Zakir Naek did not, let me talk about Hinduism for a while. Hinduism has got some people who can talk about Hinduism in a structured way. There are some. But did Zakir Naek choose a proper representative from Hinduism? He did not. No, he did not. Who did he choose? The yoga guru, who is not a professional debater, who is not an apologist for any worldview. He's just a preacher. He preaches on art of living, yoga, and other tenets of Hinduism. So again, Dr. Zakir Naek chooses a person who is not from the field of apologetics, polemics, arguments, debates, and he debates with that guy and claims victory. Come on. You can't do that, Naek. You can't do that.
The challenge, and we had a debate in year 2006 in January in his hometown Bangalore. And Allah's help was that it was a very successful debate. The topic was concept of God in Hinduism and Islam in the light of sacred scriptures. Since 2006, there are many people who challenge me for a debate. And when anyone challenges me, I say that I don't waste my time. There are hundreds of people who address large audiences. They are very popular. And my largest gathering that I have given a lecture is, previously was in Kerala, then it was in Kishanganj, Bihar, where more than 1 million people attended. So 2% of 1 million is 20,000. So my criteria was, I would not mind debating any non-Muslim on any topic of comparative religion, as long as he can gather minimum 20,000 people for his live lecture. Not a conference. In conferences there are 20, 30 speakers. They might not have come for him particularly. So if a person gives a solo lecture, and if he can get audience of 20,000 people live, not on the YouTube, not on the Facebook, 20,000 live, sitting, then I don't mind debating him. And what I'm asking is not something...
Of course, you're not asking something what is difficult. You're asking something which is nonsensical. I mean, what is the connection between having 20,000 people sitting in the room and you defending your worldview and challenging the other worldview? This is beyond my comprehension. This is beyond my understanding. And you even dare to say that you're not asking YouTube and Facebook viewers, how are they different? They are also human beings. The only difference is they are sitting in the conference room or maybe in the ground listening to your lecture, or maybe in their houses. They are listening to you, Dr. Zakir Naek. What a wonderful claim you have put. You know it, because it is only for your lecture you can mislead and fool people and gather in millions, and this shows that no other leader or no other Christian group can be so illogical as you for making these kind of parameters or keeping these kind of parameters for any sort of arguments and debates. No logic at all.
There are hundreds of Hindu preachers in India who have audiences more than 20,000. There are hundreds of Christian missionaries who have audiences more than 20,000. So I tell, if people like Sam Shamoon or people like David Woods want to have a debate, let them become popular. Why do they want to ride on?
They are not riding. They are not riding on your bandwagon, Dr. Naek. They are already famous. They are probably more famous than you. When I talk to a Westerner, most of them do not know who Zakir Naek is. Your name is totally buried. You are a history now. You are a history. You are in the probably in the 12th or 13th search page of Google. Probably there are many good debaters who have come up. Shabir Ali is one of the good guy. Probably if somebody challenges me, and if tomorrow there is an option given to me for debate, Zakir Naek or Shabir Ali, I would choose Zakir Naek, because Zakir Naek is an easy cake for me, not Shabir Ali, because Shabir Ali knows his stuff. Not that he always speaks sense. Sam Shamoon is taking his cases. He lies. So is your Muhammad Hijab. What does he do? A troll is not a debater, is a troll. And troll needs to deal with people like Sam Shamoon, because Sam Shamoon is a good troll control machine. Sam Shamoon can control these trolls properly. But would Muhammad Hijab pick up any, Muhammad Hijab pick up, so that's rhyming. Muhammad Hijab would pick up courage to debate with Sam Shamoon. His trolls would be broken like straw and put it in the fire. Okay, so Zakir Naek, you make no sense at all, and I think I wasted my 57 minutes thinking that you would give some logical reasons for not debating David Wood, but all your reasons are simply pathetic, like your lectures on Christianity and other religions. But let me finish the video completely. 4 minutes left.
And if you can't get that gathering, only thing you have to do is convince with your material any other Christian preacher. There are many. Franklin Graham is there, Billy Graham is there,
but who are they?
Is there.
Who are they? They are not apologists, they are preachers. They are evangelists. Sahmat yaar. He wants to debate Billy Graham? Franklin Graham? Oh goodness. It is like Virat Kohli wants to have a match with Sambit Patra, probably. Sambit Patra is a TV, he's a spokesperson of one party. Sambit Patra cannot have challenging, dialogue with Virat Kohli. Virat Kohli is expert in his cricket, and Sambit Patra is expert in his news channel debates. You see, his forte is different. His forte is different. And what comparison are you making?
There are many. There are 100 speakers that I know in Christianity who have given live lectures to more than 20,000 people. What you have to do is catch one of them and convince them that your material against me is logical and give it to them.
It's not just material, Dr. Naek. It's not just material. It's the art of understanding your illogical arguments during the debate and responding to those illogical arguments in the debate. That requires a different set of skills, which only debaters and apologists have. You don't have it. And you're expecting it from the preachers and evangelists. This should raise an alarm to the evangelists and Christian preachers that yes, you need to learn apologetics. Imagine if popular prosperity preachers focused on apologetics. They could have just challenged Zakir Naek in their own gathering and could have exposed and refuted. But Zakir Naek knows the weakness of Christians and Christianity. Therefore, he challenges the evangelists and gets away with this kind of challenge. And his followers hail him and praise him, saying that, hey, nobody comes to accept the challenge of Zakir Naek. Where is Dinakaran? Where is Billy Graham? Where is this guy? But do you ever see Zakir Naek taking the names of people like Ravi Zacharias? Does he take names of people like John Lennox or William Lane Craig? No, they are more popular than you, Naek. Their books are more popular than you. Their books are being used in seminaries. Okay, 3 more minutes of nonsense. Let's hear it out.
Why should I make you famous overnight? I heard 1 or 2 of his videos. That
you heard it?
A joke.
Yes.
It is.
What he's talking is rubbish. So if you heard the video that he's a joke, okay, now I understand what triggered you to make this response. You were triggered by the video. I would have appreciated if you made a quick response or a proper apologetics response that you would always, as you always say, right? You respond to the critics but through your dawa and all. You could have just simply, instead of wasting 9 minutes, you could have refuted the video of David Wood, and people would have seen your caliber and David's caliber. But not refuting the video and wasting 9 minutes giving your gyan, wasting my 1 hour with your gyan, shows that you are a joker. You are a joker.
The moment I reply to him,
he is already famous, Naek. He is already famous. Therefore, your followers are eating your brains. Your comment section is filled with David Wood's comment. And your followers are asking you and begging you to debate him. He's already famous. Don't run away. Don't run away. Once in your lifetime, please debate not just David Wood or any capable Christian apologist. Once in your lifetime. It's an open challenge to you.
The reason I was avoiding handling this question, because now the moment I take the name of David Wood, most of the people hearing me tonight may not be aware of David Woods. A small percentage maybe. They will go and check. You're famous.
You already made him famous, right? Thank you. You did it, right? You made video and you uploaded it on your YouTube channel. You uploaded it on your Facebook page. I did not even see a comment where people said, who is David Wood? People are actually talking about it. So everybody knows you're like that ostrich with your head in the sand. Can't help it, Naek. Your lie is busted again.
Many other people. There was a Dai by the name of Muhammad Hijab. And he came to meet me in Malaysia last
Muhammad
year.
Hijab.
And he's a fan of mine. He's a good guy.
Muhammad Hijab, the one who does not understand basic sentence formation, where whether the meaning of Allah, where Allah is praying for Muhammad or Allah is praying to Muhammad. Hijab, yeah, that guy, right? A troll. That troll needs people like Sam Shamoun. That troll needs people like Sam Shamoun. Okay, let me hear what Zakir has to talk about that. Another joker called Muhammad Hijab.
Personally had a debate with David Woods. I have not seen the video. I was supposed to watch, but some of my colleagues saw it and they told that Brother Muhammad Hijab, he gave David Woods a knockout.
Sorry.
So when others can do the job, why should I waste my time? That's the reason previously we used to reply on the internet. Now we don't.
When Dr. Zakir Naek said that Muhammad Hijab's debate was a knockout, it was only for those people who cannot understand basic English, because the debater himself did not know what it means to claim that Allah prays to Muhammad or Allah prays for Muhammad. He was actually repeating what David Wood says in the form of refutation, and David kept his calm. If I were in his place, I would have burst out of laughter and would have called him, "Are you crazy, man? You're repeating the same thing what I said in the form of refutation." And all his arguments was nothing but just trolls. Even many people, like I think cosmic atheist or some group is that, even they have refuted Muhammad Hijabs, and so many people. In fact, even from Islamic world, many people said that hijab, he messed up the debate. He lost the debate completely. And I don't know, I really don't understand what is the definition of winning the debate and losing the debate in the world of Zakir Naek. Your debate with William Campbell was a total failure and you call it as a successful debate. Your debate with Sri Ravi Shankar, you call it as a complete success. It was a total disaster, and many people refuted that video also. And you're calling your Sheikh Deedat's debate with Josh McDowell was a total blockbuster disaster of his career, and you still have audacity to claim the debate of Muhammad Hijab was a kind of knockout for David Wood. Oh my, you guys have redefined the meanings of winning and losing the debate.
The moment you reply, they'll give a counter reply, and your work of positive dawah suffers. So that's
positive Zakir of supporting Osama.
There, give it to a celebrity, give it to a famous personality. He will not be a fool to debate with me. Today, if someone gives $1 million to Sri Ravi Shankar, he will never agree to have a debate with me.
Because he doesn't want to waste his time.
Even if you give $2 million to him, he will not. Because he's a celebrity. He will lose his following. And you already lost many people in that debate.
So, Mr. Dr. Zakir Naek, there are millions of followers for David Wood also. You have a good opportunity. Almost 11 minutes, not even a single genuine reason for not accepting the debate of David Wood, and not even a single statement to prove not even a single statement from Zakir Naek which actually proves that David Wood does not have any caliber. I was expecting something from Zakir Naek. It was just a name calling. It was just a personal opinion. Had he taken some clips of David Wood, some arguments of David Wood which was made on Zakir Naek and refuted on the video, it would have made sense. But what did he do? Wasted my 1 hour. मैं क्यों live आया? मैं यहाँ पर क्यों connect हुआ? Why did I come live? Wasted my internet and your time also.
Called him God. They accepted Islam. So that's the reason I request David Wood to convince any of these 100 Christian missionaries who are popular, who can have audience of more than 20,000. Convince them. If he cannot convince them, what does he want to have a debate with them?
से debate करेगा क्या बोलना? बजिंदर सिंह से, वो तो प्रोफेसी करके मार डालेगा भाई तेरे को, वो प्रोफेसी कर डालेगा तेरे, मतलब 2 दिन के बाद तेरे लिए प्रोफेसी कर डालेगा.
Convince his own Christian brother that the material of his is enough to answer my lectures. Why is he wasting his time? These people are only riding on the popularity of other people. Otherwise, he is unknown. And I request the Muslim brothers, please don't waste your time. Please don't waste your time.
If your argument is true, or if your claim is true that many Muslims do not know who, did not know who David Wood is, you have done a very big mistake. You have damaged your fabric of so-called intellectual community, or what am I saying? I don't know. So you have actually damaged your fan following by highlighting the name of David Wood. And if you think that many of the Muslims did not know who David Wood is, after this video of yours on YouTube and Facebook, they would have gone to YouTube channel and would have searched for David Wood. The end begins. Last आखिरी शब्द from Zakir Naek.
The person who asked me this question should have in fact known that Brother Muhammad Hijab, he had a debate with him and I already answered him. So why should you make David Wood popular? So hope this answers the question. And because I met this criteria since 2006, in the last 14 years, no one has ever wanted
Suraksha
to debate
Kavach
me.
is what we call in Hindi. Like you put a wheel for yourself, and that fake wheel is saving you from getting embarrassed and getting exposed. Though you're already exposed, though you're already embarrassed by, you just go to the YouTube and people have left your faith because of you. Many people have watched my video where I've responded to your arguments and their faith is strengthened. They came back to the Lord. So if you think you have damaged Christianity, you have not. You have given a platform to practice for the upcoming apologists in Christianity to deal with illogical, self-proclaimed debaters, polemists like Zakir Naek.